Have you just started your new Minecraft survival world and you're thinking, oh my goodness, it's going to take me ages to gather all kinds of resources and food and goodness only knows what? Well, I can help you. This is all about making you some really awesome farms and we're going to do it right now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night, depending on what time you're watching this brand new series from me, Avomance. You can see we are in a very empty world, and that's because this is episode 1 of my new series where I'm going to create some farms for you. This is all about getting you moving in your survival world so as you can create stuff and resources really quickly or much more efficiently once you get going, and as a result you can grow your world much bigger. If you like, this is a tutorial for tutorials in your brand new world, so helping you grow faster in your brand new Minecraft survival world. So today we're going to do a really simple starter farm, and this is going to be for growing your wheat or your carrots or anything like that. It's going to be dead easy. It's going to be redstone driven, but really simply redstone driven, and it's going to allow you to gather all your stuff as fast as possible. If you like it, I would be really grateful if you could hit that like button, smack it in the face, you know you want to, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the rest of the video. Don't you go anywhere, because this is going to lead on to all kinds of new farms that are going to make your world awesome. Let's crack on with it. The space we need for this particular farm isn't very big at all. It is 9 across and 10 up, so 9 on the x-axis and 10 on the y-axis, and that makes one of these farms. Now, the good thing about this farm is it is completely tileable, so if you wanted to move another farm next to this one and another farm next to this one, you could do as many of these as you wanted, and you could have fields and fields of farms, but 10 by 9, 9 by 10, however you want to say it, is what you need to start. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to edge our farm, because looks genuinely are everything. Now you can do literally whatever you want to do. I'm going to use a block of wood because it kind of looks just really quite attractive going all the way around the outside here, just like this, and it performs it's a really nice edge on our farm. I think it makes for a really nice little statement, so you can have this tiled, and if you wanted to, you can have more coming out that way, more coming out the other way. It just looks really nice, I think. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the dead center, so we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so it's 1 2 3, that's the dead center bit there, and we're going to dig down 3, and we're going to do it all the way to the end, just like this. And you can see we're at the end there, and in here we're going to dig 3 out this side as well, and then we're going to get another 3 right here. Okay, so you've got like a T shape in the middle of what is going to become your farm, which is exactly what you want. And then here we're going to get a stone block. Now it doesn't have to be a stone block, but you're never going to see this block, so it doesn't actually matter. And we're going to put 1 2 3, and on this side 1 2 3, and then another one there. So we've got kind of edging out that particular top of the T. Then we need to get ourselves a redstone torch, and get a redstone torch and stick one there, one there, one there. You can see these torches are on, one there, one there, and one there, and then come behind here and stick one there as well, and we're going to use that to invert the signal. So let's cover up that torch, put a block on that. Now what's happened is that block has now been powered by that redstone torch, and it's going to be proven to be powered, as you can see, because that torch is going to flow its power up through that block and into the redstone that we are now going to place on it. So let's get redstone on top of that. You can see the redstone is glowing. Now what's going to happen now, if we put redstone on top of here, it's going to turn these torches off, and that is what we want. So 1 2 3, so you can see we've inverted the signal, and we'll do the same 1 2 and 3. And that's inverted the signal there. Then we need to get a piston. Now this is not a sticky piston, this is a normal piston. The idea is that this particular tutorial can be done relatively early on in the game, and we know that slime can take a little bit of time to get hold of. So this is a non-slime piston, a non-sticky piston, and we're going to go one there, one there, one there, and come across this side, one there, one there, and one there. So you can see that it's on top of those torches, which is great. Then we're going to come along and we're going to stick redstone all the way to the end here. And this is how we're going to be able to control these pistons from the front of the farm. Now on this last one here, we need to stick another block because we need to raise up this particular redstone signal a little bit so as we can put a lever at ground level. On that, a little bit of redstone, and on top of that redstone, another block. Now this can be whatever block you want to be. I'm just going to use stone because it just gives a little bit of differentiation, and you can see why in just a moment as to why stone works quite so well. Then along here we're going to put another bit of stone there and another bit of stone there, simply again for a little bit of differentiation. And underneath, so we've got kind of one below. Now this won't be seen particularly well, it will be kind of seen but not. So 2, 3, 4, 5, but we can't put one here because if we put one here, that's going to block off that redstone signal just there, and that's not what we want. So we want a half slab, which I haven't got, so let's get myself a half slab. Doesn't matter what half slab, so I'm just going to try and find, there we go, stone slab, just for a little bit of consistency. And we put a half stone slab on the top of that, so we've got a straight kind of channel going through there. In that, we're going to line it with water in every section, like that. You can see that water is nice and flat because it's all wibbly wobbly, and that's what we're after. Then we're going to cover that up, so we get another block, and this time I'm going to use oak simply because it's in keeping with everything around the outside. And I'm going to stick a block of oak on top of that, and I'm going to edge the oak all the way along here like that until I cover up all of that water, which is brilliant. We like that. And on here, on these pistons, we're going to stick a little bit of sand. And the reason, again, I've gone for sand, you can also use gravel, but I think sand is a little bit easier to come by. If you find gravel is easier to come by all means use gravel. But this is why we don't need it to be a sticky piston, because the sand or the gravel will fall all on its own, which is absolutely superb. Now, we can test this, that it's working, by sticking a lever here. So get my lever, there's my lever, put that there, and when I throw this lever, that sand should pop up. Fingers crossed. Yes, it does. So that sand has now popped up, and it has created another channel right here. And in this channel, we will eventually be putting a little bit of water. But before we do that, we need to stick a block here. Can you see how we need to get a block here? Because that is going to block everything off that we are currently playing with. So let's get a block in there, and this can be whatever block again you want, and I'm going to go for another bit of wood because the bit of wood just looks a little bit nice. Then we're going to get half slab again. Where's my half slab gone? And we're going to half slab, no, that's not a half slab, we're going to half slab all the way along, so that's blocked there and all the way along. You can see, so that's created a complete channel that has got no interference with the redstone whatsoever. So that gets there. And we're going to fill this up with water as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now that water is all ready. Now that's the main part of the build, which is absolutely superb, and we're really glad that we've got that. But what we also want to do is we want to create the actual field itself. So this is where we get our hoe and just hoe out the field. And yeah, you can see a little bit edge of the water there just to confirm that it is still there. Hoe the field all the way out. Now you don't need to hoe this kind of front one, it's just not necessary. All the way along, just like that. So that now will start to hydrate. You can see it started to hydrate, and you can get your seeds growing now. Fill it up with whatever seeds it is you want to put. I'm going to put wheat on this side. You can mix it up. You could put different if you wanted to. That's absolutely no problem. In fact, you don't need to do it on that front one. My mistake. Then with this one, we're going to do carrots. Now I've realised I've made just a little tiny error in my counting because clearly I'm unable to count. So what we're going to do is we need to put a block in there and then that block like that. Or if you want, maybe what would be nice is that like that, and that looks quite nice too, doesn't it? So that is what you need. So I apologise. This last one here wants a block under there, not water. Otherwise you're going to find it goes horribly wrong, and that is what nobody wants. Absolutely nobody wants. So now we need to dig out these 4 just like that, and that one, and that one. And we're going to get a chest. A very, very large chest. So we're going to put that there and like that. We're going to put that there and that there. And then we are going to get some hoppers. And the hoppers are going to do all the hard work collecting stuff for you. And the hoppers, you have to go into crouch mode to do this. In there, and then that one is going to go sideways into there. So if I remove this, you can see that sideways into there, which is great. I'll replace that one in a minute. And then this side, we're going to go into crouch mode in there, and that's going to go sideways into that. And again, if you look there, you can see that goes sideways into that just there. Now I've just got to fix that because when I bounced up and down on it, it's not good to jump up and down on your carrots, and it's definitely not good to jump up and down on your wheat. It simply does not like it very much. And in here, we're going to put, again, a block of choice, and I'm going to keep in keeping with my wood because I think it just looks really, really nice. So we're going to put one in there and one in there. And on this side, put one in there and one in there. Now, all that is left now, look, you can open these very nicely, thank you very much. All that's left now is to get growing. I have trimmed up this farm just a little bit by putting some birch fence around it, and on top of the birch fence I've lit it up. Thing is, your crops are not going to grow at night time nearly as well if there's not enough light, so put plenty of torches around it. It doesn't have to be torches, you could use glowstone if you wanted, but this is something that's easy to make at the relatively early stages of the game, and glowstone is not that easy to come across at the relatively early stages of the game. Also, if you wanted to, you could expand this across so as it was much bigger, and if you scaled it up, underneath these things could be more water. So you could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide, and then more water, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another one. It would be dead easy to make this much bigger. But what we want to do now is we want to see it collect the stuff. So the moment of truth is here. We are going to see whether this farm works. All we're going to do is flick this switch. That should drop the sand at the back, which should allow the water to flow over these crops and push the crops into the hoppers. Now, occasionally you do find that not all the crops go into the hopper, but that's all right. You just close it off and you go and collect it. Dead easy. Let's have a go. Right, down comes the sand. All of the crops come down there. And, yep, not all of them have gone, which is a bit of a shame. But if we then close that off, that sinks down. Just go in there, collect those bits. Go in there, collect those bits. Check these chests. So in the chests, we got about half of the carrots went in. And here we got not a lot of the wheat, but some of the wheat went in, which is great. So that is how you make this farm. And it actually works better. You get less glitching when it is scaled up. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is your semi-automatic food farm. Now, I know it's only semi-automatic because you've got to reseed it yourself, but you know, this is a really good start to the first kind of farms that you're going to be building in your brand new Minecraft world. And that is the whole point of this series. New farms, small farms, big farms that you can build in your Minecraft world. Please do slap that like button. It would be really, really helpful to see that you're enjoying these videos, and I'll continue this series on and build more and more complex farms as we get going. Different food farms, mob spawners, all this kind of stuff. Stuff that does automatic sorting, and stuff that does automatic grinding, and stuff that does automatic smelting. All that kind of stuff is all going to be in this series. I'm really looking forward to bringing it to you, and hit me up with a comment in the sections. I'd like to know what you think of the idea. It'd be awesome. Hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you in my sub club, and I will see you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.